What is up, Flick fans, and welcome back to my channel. This weekend, I watched Don't Think Twice.
Welcome, the commune!
Improv's an art form unto itself. The most important thing is don't think. You don't think, you don't memorize.
You don't get paid.
So true, but isn't that kind of fun, too?
Now, first off, I want to apologize for my lack of videos in the last week, but there was kind of a situation. I'll give you the quick rundown. On Thanksgiving, I was actually bitten by a black widow. Twice. And for some reason, I've still not turned into Spider-Man, so it's kind of worthless. But I'll be making a video about that later this week. I want to talk about Don't Think Twice real quick. This movie is directed by Mike Birbiglia, right? And stars Keegan-Michael Key as kind of the main character, but in a way, the whole cast and crew, they're the main character. Now, first off, I know this is a movie that not a lot of people have seen, but I do encourage you, if you are watching this review and have not seen it, please go and watch this movie. It is such a well-written and just all-around greatly acted independent film. In my last YouTube video, I asked if anybody wanted to see this review. I got 2 people saying yes, so that's all it takes. So when a member of a popular New York City improv group finally makes it big, the whole group has to figure out how they're going to deal with their new situation, because these guys, they all really want to make it big. But when the one person ends up making it big, it's hard to handle. Now, what I like about this film is it peels back the layers of being a comedian. It takes a look of the dark side that most comedians have. It's behind the scenes of this improv group who, first of all, are very funny when they are on stage, but they're even more funny when they're off stage. It goes deep into each one of their lives, and it just kind of tells you what they go through to do what they love to do, and I find stories like that so entertaining. They go through a lot. I mean, these guys, they're staying in these small apartments and they're throwing away the rest of their lives to do what they love to do so they could potentially make it big. Some of them do, some of them don't, and it's the reality of that concept that really gripped me from the beginning of this movie, and the storytelling from the director, who is also one of the stars in the movie, was great. Now, I thought the cast here absolutely killed it. All of them are so believable as comedians, but they do a good job in the dramatic aspect as well. They bring a real sense of tension to what it's like behind the scenes. And of course, you go through their personal tragedies, and they all have to cope with that as a group, but individually, I find this way more interesting. And I won't spoil the member who makes it big, but he does such a good job of having to cope with that, trying to help his friends, but then getting rejected by the people above him saying, hey, this is you, man. This is not about your group. This is about you. Now, one guy I thought that did really good and really impressed me is the kind of the star of the movie, Keegan-Michael Key. This guy is such a funny dude, and he excels in all things comedy, but he really brought a good dramatic aspect to his acting that we've really never seen before from Key. I mean, we kind of saw a little bit of dramatic acting in Pitch Perfect 2, although he was more of a funny guy, but this is really the first role that I've seen that made me say, whoa, whoa, whoa. Key can act, okay? And we both know Key and Peele can both act because they've done some dramatic, funny skits on Key and Peele, but this guy did a great job and really surprised me. Now, the negatives that I would say, it does slow down at parts, and I can also see how this movie is not going to appeal to some people, but if you are into the life of a comedian, if you're into anything improv, and this is one of the funnier movies I've seen all year, you'll like this movie. There were also some side plots and story elements that I thought just could have been left out. Maybe the movie could have been, it's short enough already, but the movie actually could have been even shorter. Just some stuff that didn't really work, but overall, it did not affect the final story points. And I also thought the ending was a very good payoff. I'm going to give Don't Think Twice an 8 out of 10. Right now, this might be in my top 10 favorite movies of the year. Man, it feels good to get another video out having to deal with this crap. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hey, if you like this channel, thumb this video in the upward direction and subscribe if you want to, but you don't have to. Follow me on the Twits and the Instagrams at the Burkinator with a 3 instead of an E. It's like the Baconator, but it's me. I also have a podcast at PopXCast, which I had to miss this last weekend because of the whole wall crawler thing. But it's okay, I'll be there next weekend. We've got some great stuff coming out in the future, so be sure to catch that. Once again, you guys are the absolute bestest. Thank you so much for subscribing to this channel, and I'll catch you later. I just want spider powers.